I'm here with Samin, Commissioner of MLP Pickleball. Samin, thank you so much for coming on Shock and Awe. I wanted to ask you a couple questions. First being, where do you see the sport of pickleball going in 5 years? Are we talking Olympics, prime TV deals? What can the people at home be excited about?
I mean, I gotta say all of the above. I think for two reasons. One, there's so many people playing. You can go down the list. Golf, basketball, tennis, soccer, and then pickleball. It's like the 5th most participated in sport in America. Every other sport with that level of participation is a Olympic sport, multi-billion-dollar enterprise, like massive thing, right?
Absolutely.
And so I genuinely believe pickleball can get there. And yeah, media deal, yes, Olympics, but I think most importantly is the atmosphere that you get when you play and sort of the pro and how close you can feel to the game is probably one of the biggest differences. Like you guys have basically sat courtside for pickleball matches and probably see so much more than you would if you're sitting in the 30th row of an NFL game.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It is a phenomenal spectator sport. And that kind of comes to my next question. Like, how do you balance the community roots with, you know, the tennises of the world, the baseball, the football, and like building it into like big money sports enterprise?
I think you have to preserve access. You have to allow people to feel like they're a part of the game, whether that's how closely they sit, whether that's what players interact with them after the matches. And you see, like, obviously you want to preserve player security and everything else, but players on your team, right? Anna Bright's a star, like Hayden's a star. We want people to be able to feel like, oh, you know what, I got a signed paddle, or I heard Anna Bright like yell, let's go! And like, it felt like I was right there, you know, with her along that journey.
Yeah, no, the athletes are so good in that regard. It's like very different than any other sport. They're so accessible. If you haven't been to an MLP event yet, make sure to come by. All the best athletes are so very accessible.
I mean, shout out MLP St. Louis, July 17th to 20, like no promo.
Best event on tour this year. If you had any other
for sure.
Sorry, but are there any big technologies or innovations coming to the sport, line calls, in, out? Like for the viewers at home, like why can't we just take tennis's line judging and move it over to pickleball? Like,
that's coming. It's coming.
Okay.
Line calling is coming for sure. It's probably the next most important thing we got to get right. I think what's funny though is there's some fun controversy that comes out of line calling, right? Like, was it in? Was it out? Like, I get to kind of be a part of it, right? Like, I get to have an opinion, which I think sometimes gets lost in when you're sort of creating these black and white rules for every single thing. We talk a lot, like I used to work at the NBA, and a lot of their challenges are subjective, or can be subjective. Oh, did it catch his finger? Did it not catch his finger, you know? So, but line calling for sure, that's definitely one that we want to get right because it's so important to like dictating the outcome of the game.
Another question, you know, it seems like there's a divide in the league. You got 8 really good teams and then 8 teams that are working their way back up. What's the key to kind of balancing out the league? Obviously everywhere you've got teams that are going to be good and teams that are not going to be good, but it changes with, you know, a draft and all that stuff. So what's the key to balancing it in the MLP?
I think, well, for one, like I was saying a little bit earlier, the Shock did take an L to one of the bottom teams. So, but you know, to be like more clear,
cut that out.
Part of it exists in every sport. And what you want is you want your top to be really, really good. And sometimes that comes at the sacrifice of having everyone closer to the average. What's exciting about this season is you mentioned it, we've got 8 and 8. Well, guess how many teams make the playoffs? 8. So the playoffs are going to be amazing.
Absolutely.
Because you're going to have sort of those top teams, which we've all collectively said kind of exist in MLP, or at least a standing show, really competing at a high level to make it to New York City and to make it to the finals. So I do think one of the nice parts is like we have the Western Conference in the NBA in pickleball. Like, oh, who knows who can win once you get to the playoffs.
Absolutely, makes perfect sense. Last question, is there anything in the sport that you've wanted to pull off idea-wise that just hasn't come to fruition yet that people at home might be looking forward to?
So I think about this a lot. There's probably 2 ideas. The first one is, can we create a style of game, maybe not as part of our regular season or everything that we do, that is like our Savannah Bananas, that like incentivizes behaviors that are really, really exciting. Like the ball goes into the stands and a fan catches it, like they get to decide who gets the point. Or like 2 points for a body bag, but -1 point if you hit him in the head.
Dude, I love it.
You know, like something like that, that's just kind of a standalone, that would just get the fans a part of the game a little bit more
Yeah.
and get them excited.
No, I think that's a great idea. I mean, look at the Savannah Bananas. They're selling out every MLB stadium.
Yeah,
and
it's
MLB
crazy.
teams aren't even selling out.
And what
those
makes it
stadiums.
amazing is like you, the fan, like feel like you have a part of it. It's completely unscripted. They've just written the rules to incentivize the behaviors that they want people to do. Backflips on catches and fans catching baseballs. And I think we could bring some of that to pickleball.
Absolutely.
So if you have any ideas, any fans have ideas, like throw them in the comments, like shout it out. Like I would love to come up with something that works for pickleball.
We'll read those comments and we'll get back with Samin to
Let's
see
go.
what the best ideas and options are. Samin, thank you so much.
Yeah, dude, appreciate it, guys.
Yeah,
This is
of course.
awesome.